Hello everybody, I'm back on the battlefield. I'm playing some team deathmatch Nosehair canals again. I've been playing this map a lot recently. I've been thinking about making a series of tactical videos on Battlefield, like tips and tricks for each map. And the way I'm gonna do that is, well, right now I think that I'm gonna, be playing one map for some time and be releasing some videos of that map so you can practice with the tips that I'm giving you. So maybe right now I'm gonna be doing like 3 videos of Nosehair canals. I don't really know whether or not that'll be 3 or 4 or whatever. I'll just and then I can maybe move on to like some Damavand rush tips. I don't really know. I don't have a schedule or anything of that nature, but I do wanna, give some of my experience to you guys because I have been playing this a lot and not competitively, but I do really try to play the objective and get a lot of kills and help my teammates out. And what you see that I'm doing right here is holding the right flank. I really like this map. I just love this right flank. I call it the right flank when we have the spawn at the train station, and I call it the left flank when we have spawn at the crane, or the dock side, or whatever you want to call it. But this is one of the places that I prefer to, and I'm so unlucky right there. 4 health left. And, stuff like that happens. But an issue that I had and that I've had plenty of times before is just on this map. I just never get revived. It's like I'm typing in the chat constantly, like revive, revive, please, guys. And I usually almost never get revived. And actually, I think this might be the first time that I played on Nosehair canals without getting revived one singular time. Anyways, what you see that I'm doing right here is trying to move up on the left flank instead. You should always on Nosehair canals, and I mean always, think of this map as a square where you only ever travel by the far edges of the square and never the middle. You will see me at one point in this video where I go to the middle, but that's more a running out of ammo kind of instance again. When sometimes when you run out of it, and look at this catfish, he's just hiding there, and I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't. I had to address him. I I'm so tired of campers. People can discuss whether or not what I'm doing is camping because I'm holding a flank, and it's just he's not really contributing to anything by sitting there. And that's the difference right there. Camping and holding a flank. The difference is that by camping you achieve nothing, and it's something that you do of your own interest and not of the interest of the team. Whereas holding a flank is not only for your own interest, it'll give you plenty of points, plenty of kills, kill assist, suppression assist, all that dandy shit. But camping, that'll only get you a couple of kills and probably a shitload of deaths. I almost never play bipod pro or sniper. It's not challenging to me. To me it's just a waste of time and a waste of life and so on and so on. You will see me playing the support class occasionally, but it's not really my cup of tea. I like my stomp gun, the new M16A3, the M416. It's ridiculous, man. Look, I was so suppressed right there, and I just shot right through it. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to suppress this guy. I see that a lot of my teammates were pinned down by that guy, and you see they're charging from my right now, and I'm just trying to suppress him so he doesn't hit too many of them, because what I'm waiting for right now when I'm flanking is for people to join my cause. I don't just go waltzing in there and just charging, and dying like everyone else. I'm trying to either hold a flank if there's too many enemies, and push the flank if I have plenty of teammates and plenty of health, and that I'm not being suppressed. And what you see happen right here is me running out of ammo. I don't really remember what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm gonna take a run for it. And actually, instead of looking for ammo, because I scanned the minimap and I didn't see any ammo boxes, I just thought that I'd go and find one of my dead friends, and I don't know what happened with that lag right there. It's weird. And yeah, I just grab his weapon, and I see it's an AEK. It has a foregrip, Cobra side. That's actually a setting that I would use, and this is an excellent peak spot. If you know how to manage several different angles, like you can both be attacked from the left, the right, the front, basically everywhere. It's not a good place to be, but if you know how to hold it, and if you have some teammates close to you, preferably medics, so that you, on the off chance that they actually care about you, that they can revive you. And this right here is also a very good place, because usually they stand in those containers that you see in there that I'm camping primarily, and they just nade spam in there, down in the direction where I was standing before. So by standing here, I can avoid the nade spam and the explosive spam, and I can just rack up the kills. And right here, I didn't actually, wanna steal. I was just gonna, just head in here to die quickly so I could get my beloved stomp gun back. And I seem to be doing pretty well. Still, I'm not just charging in there, although I'm not too happy about this gun, the AEK. It's a good gun, it's just not my kind of playstyle. The reload speed, if the reload speed was different, sure, I would go ahead and use it, but right now it's just like shoot a couple of rounds and then reload until your children has grandchildren, and if you don't have one bullet left in the chamber, bro, you're done. It's like you're just fucked. You always save 1 to 3 bullets in the chamber so that you can reload faster. If you didn't know that, your guns in Battlefield, the primary guns, they will always reload faster if you have one gun, one bullet left in the chamber, or more bullets. Just, you know, minimum one bullet. That's very important, because otherwise you will have to reload for, I think it's close to 4 seconds with the AK. I'm not really too good with the gun stats. I usually only ever learn the stats on the guns that I play with a lot, because this is something that is very important to me. And some people, they agree. Some people think that you're a try-hard idiot for thinking this way, but I don't really like playing with weapons that that are, over that's I don't like playing with weapons that are combated in every kind of way by another weapon. For instance, why would I want to go with like the G3A3 when I could use the M60, the M416? I still have to be familiar with saying M416. I'm used to say M16A3 when I'm talking about the best gun, but why would I use something like that? Sure, it has more damage, but you also have to take stats like reload speed and accuracy and so on and so on into consideration before choosing your weapon. And I'm not a weapon hipster. Uh, I, I I I take the weapon that suits me the best. And right here, you see that the I usually like to engage people long or mid distance with this weapon, because it only has 750 rounds per minute. So I try to stay on a distance, and look, it just shoots through the suppression. Man, this gun it's awesome. Yeah, suppressed again, and I just shoot through it. But yeah, that's something that I'd like for you guys to think about. Why are you just picking a weapon? Like, if you're not very much into Battlefield and you only play it occasionally, sure, I get it. You just pick a weapon, you go in there, you have fun, right? But if you play Battlefield on a more regular basis, like I do, I play it almost daily. I like to, get to know my guns a little better and my attachments and so on and so forth. And that actually made me pretty damn good at battlefields. And I didn't see the camping monster right in there, but I'll get my revenge. I will get my revenge. Just you wait for it. That guy was a total catfish. Anyways, um, no revives for me, man. No revives. But yeah, if you just play the game like for fun, a couple of hours every month, sure, go ahead. But if you're like me and a lot of other people who play the objective and who care about, you know, I don't necessarily care about my stats, but I know that I'm doing something wrong if my stats are dropping, on the battle log page. And when I see that, I think to myself, and there I get it, headshot, bitch. I couldn't knife him from there, unfortunately, but and right here, instead of just charging over to that to the left of me, yeah, over here, instead of charging over here, I waited. I waited before I could see that I had some enemies close to me because no, some friendlies. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that I had friendlies close to me because friendlies are the most important thing in team deathmatch. Sure, it's designed. The game mode itself is designed for you to feel like a Rambo and just waltz in there with your 200 rounds in your M60 E3 and just go ah. But if you play like that, you're not gonna have a whole lot of fun. So I try always to take my teammates into consideration, trying to help them. Sometimes I even sacrifice my life for them to be alive. And here, yeah, I didn't think there. I clearly saw that guy, but I don't know what the hell I was thinking about. Maybe too much was happening around me. Uh, but yeah, about the teammates again. I'm so bad at staying on topic, guys. So sorry. I'm trying to do like a tactical video on this map, but I'm so bad. I just have so many things to address. I'll be making more of these videos. You'll be sure about that. Anyways, I never go alone on a team deathmatch map. Usually, I never ever go alone. And that's because you see here all my mates were just killed, and that's like 5 people in a couple of seconds, which means that there's a lot of guys down there, and I also see that they have spawn beacons and whatnot down there. So once again, I wait for my teammates to appear. I saw a guy down there, way too many guys up here, get a single kill, and I think I jumped down to get that guy, and suicide. I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, what I had health. Sure, I had health, and I hit the water, sure, but it's like 2 meters. And I died, and I still haven't been revived. And this guy's still here. This guy is still just laying prone there. That's what I love about team deathmatch. It's like half of your team is rushing to the middle, the other half are just snipers, and then there's me. Anyways, but did you see before how much that actually did for me? Instead of just charging out there with the 5 guys who died before this place, you see, I always make sure when I'm pushing a flank, do not be alone. Because that's just impossible. Also smart. Usually it's the good players you'll find on the flanks of the map, on around the map. And I saw that guy got like 3 kills. I had to stop him. But usually the good players are the ones at the advantageous stages of the map. They will be the ones flanking. So on the flanks you will be meeting most of the good players, the players with the good scores in the map, because simply that's just how it is. Good players usually, okay? You can be an aimbot pro, okay? But usually good players will be will you can be an aimbot pro and go to the middle of all the containers, but usually you'll find all the good players playing the flanks and all the smart positions. Otherwise, they'll just be camping. Usually, if a player has a high score, he's a good player, or he's a bipod pro. That's usually it. Like just resupplying and just holding and camping with a bipod, which usually sometimes it can really attribute to your team. And right here, I see two of my friends dying, and I'm thinking, no way I'm gonna charge over there. I've tried so many times where I charge over there, and I just see like 7 or 8 guys looking down at me, and I'm blinded by flashlights, and I'm blinded by, the red dot sights and everything. Usually, when my friends die over there, I'm gonna take a defensive position right here. And always something you have to remember: take advantage of the barbarian mentality in here. People are basically just like they are taking 2 grenades in their hands, and they're plucking both pins, and they're just charging in there screaming like "Rah!" That's basically Battlefield for you, or at least team deathmatch. And I take advantage of that because people are like, "Oh, it's 32 versus 32. Like, this is insane. Let's go out there and farm a lot of kills." But that's just not the way to do it, bro. You wait patiently and you get rewarded accordingly. That's what I learned, at least. And recently, man, my stats, they've just improved so much from, I'd say, the past, what, 2 months, 3 months maybe, from watching Arrival and Level Cap. I have been watching them for a longer period of time, but I was living on a boarding school before I moved home again, and I only just now have a lot of time to play Battlefield. Um, and well, I just took all the advice they gave me, and I utilized it. Some might be saying that I'm ripping off their content. Sure, go ahead. I don't really feel like it. I just preach the same goal. Like, I want for people to get better at this game because I want to get more of a challenge when playing this game. I want to meet guys who got advice from me, and I want to, fight them, because there's nothing more dull than and yeah, I think I got the last kill there. Oh yeah, we lost. One good soldier doesn't account for an entire team. Obviously, I wasn't the one with the greatest score, but I did enter the level, or the server, when it was about, I think, half the tickets was down. I don't really remember. Anyways, if this hasn't been too confusing for you, or you think like you actually got some advice from this, I'd appreciate you subscribing, because I'm gonna do a whole lot more of these videos. And here you just get to see everything, the scores and such. But yeah, sure. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll be back with more of these videos later. See ya.